All right, bro, lovely stuff. So first and foremost, man, introduce yourself and give us a little bit of context, what type of business you operate and how long you've been operating that business for.
Yeah, my name is Faith Mabel Wanga. On Instagram, my tag is Black Bezos. Funny backstory to that name. I run a consulting business in regards to helping people make money from buying and reselling concert tickets. Buy them high in demand tickets. We buy them at low, sell them at a higher price, and we show people how to kind of systemize and that approach so that you can consistently make anywhere from £5,000 to £15,000 in profit every single month. I myself also do ticket reselling too. I've been doing that for like the last I've been in the space for like the last almost a decade now, just reselling in general, but ticket reselling focus probably last like 3, 4 years.
Nice, man. And what brought you into that space in the first place? I'm curious because obviously most of the clients I work with are in agency spaces, education products, software, whatever it may be. I've never worked with an individual that's big on ticket reselling specifically. So talk me through what led to that occurrence.
Yes. Yeah. So as I said, I've been reselling anything since I was young, man. I was that kid reselling sweets and chocolates at school, you know.
Classic.
And
Yeah.
then I just went down this path of reselling everything, reselling what's it called? It sneakers, Pokemon cards, football cards. Then I tried the online, and then I was like, I don't like going back and forth to the post office doing that. Then I tried the whole online reselling with drop shipping. I was like, oh, this is it. This is probably the one for me. This is working for me. But then I didn't like the fact that, what's it called? You had to spend money on their ads and it was inconsistent. And what I wanted something more consistent, something that made sense. So the reason why demand increased and why you can make money. And it was just by sheer accident how came across ticket reselling. Was literally on the train going to a Manchester United Liverpool game. And my favorite team, unfortunately, right now, not doing too good. But and I bought these tickets for like £55. And as I was there, I asked the guy to next to me, like, I was curious, like, how much did you spend for your tickets? How much did you spend on your tickets? And he was like £400. He was with his friends. And I thought, oh, was that like split between you guys? He said each. I went, what? Like, so that means, and I was like, so wait, is this like a one-time thing you do? Maybe it's a birthday, special occasion. He goes, no, I do this every single week, every single game. And I'm just like, so, and he said that he had a plug as well. He had a reseller plug. So I'm like, that guy made like 350 profit and from each of those guys too. So that opened the doors to me and I found out about like, Adele, Beyonce, other concerts, comedy shows, Ricky Gervais, and it just everyone knows, there's hundreds, thousands of events that are happening every single day, every single week, across different countries. So the supply is absolutely endless, and as long as the demand for an event is higher than the supply, the amount of people, there's 5 million Beyonce fans, but there's only 50,000 tickets. So, yeah, that creates a price war, a bidding war almost, and that's where you see the price increase. So I just take advantage of that.
For sure. And what took you into the coaching space in terms of bringing the awareness to this particular kind of offer as such and helping others build those types of businesses? What led to that?
Yeah. So I was literally just talking about it online. I was like, yo, guys, I don't come from, this is the first time I came across making money other than a job. And for me, I was like, this is amazing. Everyone else needs to know about this. I just started talking about it online, generally giving tips, helping people out. And then it got to the point where people were bombarding me with questions, bombarding me. And I was like, I can't get to every single person one by one. I don't have the time for it anymore. And I just started off with maybe PDFs and it just started growing from there to there, PDFs and maybe one call, but then I found out about, Sam Ovens, absolute GOAT. I found out about how you can actually, package something up and create it into a program. And not only is it, beneficial for the other person, because you can take them from that 0 to 100, not only faster, but more efficiently because you've packaged it up into a, curated, system. But
Hmm.
it's also good for you too, because you can actually benefit from it too. So, monetarily, and it's also really fulfilling, honestly, helping people who are kind of in the same position and me go from A to Z, 0 to 100. But yeah, Sam Ovens, yeah, just gold, man. Everything that guy does is just excellent. And yeah, there's other guys too. I work with a guy called Will Brown. I know you met him, and I've got Charlie Morgan program. I know you, I saw you there in that's how I kind of first saw you. That's kind of how I first saw you, you know,
Mm.
because I'm in Charlie Morgan's program Easy Grow, and I was on the weekly calls, and I was like, oh, this is sick, you know, this is sick. And I started looking into you, you know, I saw that they have a health performance. I started looking into you, seeing you work with these guys, work with Iman and Baz, etc., etc. And I was like, yeah, this is sick. And I was like, you know, I'm at a point where you know, I'm trying to get to the 6-figure mark. You know, I'm edging on it. I'm trying to push to get there. And I realized, like, you know what? They always say your health is wealth, health is wealth. And maybe the bottleneck is kind of the health, you know, aspect of things. And working with you, realizing it, I made me realize that, yeah, it really is. Like, I thought maybe my sleep wasn't too bad, but working with you, I realized, yeah, my sleep's not that consistent at all. So I realized, like, yeah, but that's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know that, you know, that this is how my sleep actually is. You know, I've really realized a lot, especially in this business space, that if you don't track anything, it doesn't mean anything at all. Like if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
track anything, it doesn't mean nothing. You can't just have feelings like, oh yeah, I think this is good. So tracking my sleep, especially working with you, and things like that, has made me realize like, oh wow, this is bad. But I'm happy because I know that like, once this does get improved, I should be able to see um something come from it, you know, long term wise. So yeah.
Quantifiable improvements. Yeah. So obviously, in terms of context for the person watching this particular video right now, you said that obviously you're facilitating and pushing for further business growth and success, in which you're facilitating right now and working on very much so. But you deemed health to be a variable which perhaps you hadn't got full grips of yet, and therefore you wanted to prioritize that variable. Just out of curiosity, how did you define health prior to working with me? What was your perspective on what health was? Was it just typical training and nutrition? What was it? Because obviously most individuals that I speak to, whether it be prospects or someone that I speak to on occasion about health and well-being, they can never actually define what health is. So talk me through what it means to you and also how you then thought that would actually benefit your business as well. Talk me through it.
Hmm. I think health for me kind of looked at it as just like honestly, it's probably just how you feel, to be honest. Just
Yeah,
how I'm overall feeling, you know, in terms of if we talk about digestion, like this I've ate this food, I know how I'm feeling after I've eaten it.
cool.
You know,
So you
if I
were
kind of,
actually thinking about the internal components rather than just the visible components. You were thinking about every variable in terms of digestion, how you
yeah.
feel cognitively. You were conscious of that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know how I am when I, you know, go to sleep at this time or wake up at this time. Um, yeah, maybe not that deep, but like, yeah, just more the feeling of it. And also the big thing in terms of like, I just thought, well, one thing is like before I used to think that I just want to go to the gym just to get muscles. But then I did realize recently that I actually just want to generally just be healthy. Like I want to
yeah.
be, I'm looking at long term. I want to be 50 years old. If I will have kids. Don't want to be that guy that's complaining about, you know, not being able to play with his children, or and even business wise, I want to do this thing till I'm dead. Like I just want to just keep pushing on with it. And I don't want that to be a bottleneck. Just overall healthy. I want to be able to run. Don't want to be going up the stairs and be tired. That
Hmm.
kind of, yeah, feeling. Definitely probably surface level, but yeah, that like that.
Okay, man, cool. And obviously, prior to working with me, out of the 6 variables on screen, which variable did you deem to be the most important to you when it comes to facilitating output and efficiency in your business? Was it sleep specifically? Was it nutrition specifically? Which variable do you think is the most important for how you perform daily?
The most important for how I perform daily.
Yeah,
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'll say nutrition only because I do fasting, and I've seen, I don't know that that's really relates. I don't know, maybe it might be behavioral change, or probably maybe I don't know. But all I just know is that I realized that food played a big part on it.
mm,
But that's only because I was fasting, and I realized how um working while fasted was really, really powerful. That's something I really woke up to, you know, working while fasted was really important. But I'll be really honest, maybe I didn't really look into anything too deep. I think when it comes to sleep, I kind of just did think like I put it to the side. Like whether I get 3 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep, it's just an excuse if I don't get the work done. I'll be
okay.
honest. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And how long did you adopt that thought process and that behavior in terms of not placing importance on sleep? How many years was that something which you subscribed to or adhered to?
I think that's been like, you know, my whole life, you know, I'll be honest, since like I really
Really?
started my entrepreneurial journey. Like, I'm not like kind of just like, yeah, since I started my entrepreneurial journey, I think sleep's definitely always been on the back burner, always been
Yeah.
second for sure.
Okay, well, that's interesting. And obviously, you place importance on the quality of digestion and nutrition there as well. But tell me through how powerful you think sleep is for yourself right now in terms of how it facilitates progression for you and output for yourself as well. Talk me through it from your perspective.
Like how it is now that
Yeah,
we're tracking
yeah,
the aura and things like that.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's completely different now because now I'm understanding how, when I get 5 hours of sleep, you told me something powerful that stuck with me is that, if you mess up a sleep, you get 5 or 6 hours now, that might have a 7, 14 day effect. You don't even realize it, but it's having a 7, 14 day effect. And I've seen how, literally from day one, even before I think I even started working with you, but I just messaged you on Instagram. I was like, yo, when I first got the Oura ring and I got like 8 hours of sleep, seeing that and then seeing how my business was on that day, I was able to extrapolate and go, oh, wow, like I can see the correlation. When you
Mm.
get 8+ hours of sleep, I can see how well I felt that day, and it's good to kind of match that up. And I'm seeing how every single day when I do get well sleep, 8 hours plus, I can see how that matches up with how well I do on business.
How that lines of performance.
Yeah, performance. Yeah.
Okay, man, cool. And obviously, from a more kind of tangible perspective as well, obviously, I've discussed with you previously and shown this with you previously as well. But talk me through which the variables on the screen here to the right you were experiencing in terms of being detrimental to your performance prior to prioritizing your health and performance. On this list, what was something which you resonated with? Was it brain fog daily? Was it midday crashes? Was it constant fatigue? What variables did you feel like you were victim to as such, or were impeding your ability to work efficiently?
I think you've got stuff like procrastinate, unable to think, crystal clear clarity, um, irritable. Irritable is therefore one, definitely
Okay.
one. And yeah, I've really seen how that really ties in with sleep. Because when you do sleep, you really become less irritable. Yeah,
Mm,
and yeah, I'm really happy that I've been realizing stuff like that now because I didn't realize, yeah, like you actually just stay really focused. Like you don't realize it. You just can't. I feel like before I just kind of thought, oh, it's just my brain playing tricks with me. You know,
sure.
when I became irritable, when I was less focused, I just thought like, no, this is just rubbish. Like, when you read the books, you read or you see an Andrew Tate style video, nah, man, you just need to get back into it, man. Just get back focused. But then you realize like those days that you do have sleep, you don't even worry about those things. I'm not
Yeah.
even worrying about being irritable because you just are just in the zone, focused, full energy. It just flows. It just happens. But until you do track your sleep and you realize it's because of that, you'll never realize that's the reason. I don't know if I'm making sense,
No,
but
perfect. Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think that the quantifiable variable is really important. And I always refer to the fact that if you can't check your bank account, you have no idea if you're wealthy or not. In the same way that applies to your sleep quality also. I speak to so many people who say, yeah, I sleep perfectly fine. I'm like, have you tracked your sleep metrics? And they say, no. I'm like, okay, well, how on earth have you determined that you sleep efficiently then? What variable are you tracking or quantifying? Is it just how you feel or talk me through it? And they can't really explain that for me, which of course, is something which we need to focus on for those individuals. But obviously, we've discussed sleep to an extent and nutrition also. Talk me through your perspective on training, supplementation, gut health assessments. Talk me through which variable has been most positive for yourself as an individual.
what's been most positive for myself? Um, I think train. Obviously, that's what we've been working on is training so far. Still waiting for the gut health assessment results.
Mhm.
But yeah, just talking on training. Training's been good. Been getting back into the gym and you know doing cardio, especially, even though I've just, I did some 5K runs and things like that. I've already seen some effects from that. I'm just feeling overall just the blood just pumping. It just generally just feels good. It feels healthier. And also, I've already been getting like, people who are close to me complimenting me and saying like I can tell you've been getting back in the gym. And yeah, that adds really to your confidence as well. And I guess that kind of that it's a positive feedback loop.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. And I also think on cardiovascular fitness also is definitely something that most individuals neglect. They don't really realize how important it is to be cardiovascularly fit in terms of not just how you feel physically, but also how you feel on a day-to-day basis. You feel much more energized on a day-to-day basis, much less fatigued. And also in terms of recovery variables, you start to prioritize them more. You start to prioritize your sleep quality more, and of course your quality of food as well. Otherwise, it impedes your physical performance, then as also how you feel when it comes to work as well, which is again an impediment to your efficiency as well. Is that something which you relate to?
100%, 100%, 100%. And I'm already seeing the increase in cardiovascular because now it's the second time I've done some sort of like yes, Saturday was the second time I did a cardiovascular training. I already saw that. It what's the word, it's easier than before. It was easier than before, so I'm already seeing how my body's getting used to it. And as you said, like, I'm now making a conscious effort. It's like, you know what? I need to rest more. And I need to, yeah. I'm definitely seeing the effects. I completely agree with what you just said there.
Nice, man. Awesome. And obviously you chosen to take care of your health and performance at a very early age. What led to that as opposed to wanting to prioritize that at a latter age? Because in terms of clients I work with individuals anywhere from the age of 17 all the way up to people that are nearly 60. And obviously you're in the younger category. So talk me through why you started to prioritize this at an earlier age as opposed to at a latter age. What was the thought process?
Looking at things long term, looking at it long term, knowing that I'm in here for the long haul. I'm not here just for a little while, just in terms of being peak performance, performing at my peak in my business, for my goals. I want to be doing this for decades. And when you look at the people that are maybe older now they're talking about, you know, how the importance of health. I see guys like Grant Cardone, he's banging on about health now really a lot, with his 10x health. I see, you see all the, who else who's maybe older. There's one guy I follow called Myron Golden. They all bang on about health now, and they're much older. Now they're talking about health a lot. So, and I think they would always say, to start it young. So yeah, definitely want to just start it young and build those habits now, make it a lifestyle now. Cause it's really difficult for me. I realize that, like, I've always put, business first, health second. So, and I know it's really, really difficult for me. So I really want to, so it's been really fantastic working with you and you keeping me accountable. So that I can create this into a lifestyle. I feel like that's really what I wanted out of it. I wanted someone there or something there to keep me accountable so I can literally nail this in and make this into a lifestyle. Because I know by myself, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I think I'd always just put it on the back burner,
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
And when you say it's difficult, is that more so from a perspective of just simply adherence to something, or is it lack of information that you have difficulty with, or perhaps both?
Yeah, it's definitely both. It's
Okay.
definitely both because you don't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
When you don't have the knowledge, you know what, even before I started working with you, when I just started seeing what you said on, on those calls and just taking in your content, it's a lack of knowledge until I realized about the aura ring and you explaining about tracking sleep. That woke me up. Oh, this is why you need to track sleep. So definitely lack of knowledge for sure. Lack of knowledge and a little bit of adherence. But as they say, what's that quote? Yeah, something about ignorance or something. Yeah, but knowledge is power, as they
You
say.
can make it. You can make a brilliant quote up.
Yeah.
We'll stick it in. Yeah, I'll put some AI in with a brilliant quote. I'm messing around, man. Okay, bro. Perfect. We'll definitely wrap it up there, man. But